All right, guys, we're going to do a quick recap on how to do our citations for our research. We had several people out, and for those of us who were here, I think it's a good refresh before you start today on your research. So what you want to do is open up a Google Doc. And you're going to have a question that you are answering. This is your research question. The one we're going to practice with today, so you can just call it practice research. Sample or example. And what we're going to do is we're going to find sites that actually support our question. So the question that I'm going to ask is, how does stress affect teens? And I'm going to make this really large so you can see it on the screen. Okay? How does stress affect teens? And I'll try to see my font size. I can make it bigger all the way down. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to find actual websites that answer this question. So the first thing we're going to do is open another tab, and we can ask that question: how does stress affect teens? Now the first thing you pull up is not always your best option. Okay? Sometimes it can be, but it isn't always. This one has highlighted an answer. It can lead to anxiety, withdrawal, aggression, physical illness, and so forth. That sounds pretty legit. So what you want to do is scroll down and focus on the website. If you'll look right here where I'm pointing, .org. On the board, you will see when you're in the classroom, you'll see that Ms. Hoppin wrote down .org, .edu, .gov for us, because those are the main places you want information. You do not want a blog of somebody's opinion. You want an actual website that has good facts. Okay? So you can look through multiple websites and find your best information. A lot of times that's statistics, like 85% of people believe this, or 3 out of 4 people have experienced that. That's very good evidence-built information. So for this is giving you some of the outcomes of stress in teens. So we're going to click on this, and it actually highlights that portion. Now, research is just that. Search means you're looking for something. So it's almost like a treasure hunt. You're going through all the other stuff, and you're trying to find that information that you really need. So what we're going to do is we're going to pretend that we've read through this whole website, and that the part that we really want is this first highlighted section. Okay? So it's highlighted from Google, but we're going to highlight it and copy it. So I'm going to highlight, Control-C, and then I'm going to Control-V and put it into my slideshow. Now I'm going to make this bigger so you can see it. All right, so this is straight from the website, okay? Now, because I want to use these two sentences word for word, I'm going to put quotation marks at the beginning and quotation marks before the period, and you'll see why in just a second. So quotation marks, and then I'm going to hit a space. If I just put that in my project, I've got an automatic 0 because I haven't shown you where I got the information. If you remember when we did the Hunger Games paragraph on the ACEs, we put in parentheses the page number. What we want in parentheses here is, where did we get this information, because we didn't make it up. Okay? So back up here to the screen, look at your toolbar, and you're actually going to press on Tools. Then you're going to look down for the quotation mark. This is the citations. This is how do you cite where you got the information. Click on it and look to the right side of the board. It's already in MLA. That's what we want, Modern Language Association. That's what your paper is going to be written in any English class. We're going to hit the plus sign because we're going to add our new source, add the citation. So when we click on it, it gives us the option of book. Well, obviously this is not a book. So you want to click on that and click on website. So now it knows how to cite your source. Let's see if it's going to let me do it. There we go. Now, we want to search with the URL, okay? Our URL is the address link that's going to take us to this website. So we go back to the website, and we click on the bar at the top, highlight it, Control C for copy, and then look in this window right here where the cursor is located. Control V, and it's populating right there. Website, and we have our URL. So we're going to hit search and let the machine do its magic. Well, it's missing a couple things. Basically, it did what it can do, but now what are we going to do? Well, the last one where it says contributors, for most major websites, you're not going to have contributors because the whole company is basically responsible, not for individuals contributing. The published year we do need, okay? It's missing. So we're going to hit the word continue, and then we're going to find the actual year. So go back to your website. When you scroll all the way to the top, it says here, updated January 2019. If you have that specific of a date, you want to use that one, okay? If it's not there, a lot of websites, they don't have that. It'll either be at the very top or bottom. So this one, scroll all the way to the bottom. If they didn't have that date, what you're looking for is this little C in a circle. That means copyright. You're looking for that year beside it. You should at least have a year that this was published, even if you don't have a month and a year. Since we have both the month and the year, that's what we're going to use, okay? So, look back at the document.
And go.
So, looking back at the document, you're going to go to the right side of the screen and we're going to fill in what's missing. And we had the month, which was January. Make sure you type it in correctly. The year, which was 2019. And we're going to hit Add Citation Source. So what you want to make sure before you click on anything is that your cursor is one space behind that quotation mark because it's going to insert our parenthesis. So on the Hunger Games, it inserted the parenthesis with the page number. This is not the book with a page number, so it's going to insert the identification of what website we got this from. So see how it's hovered over there? If you hover your cursor over here, it'll say Cite. Click on Cite. And it automatically puts your information of that website right here. So that's one piece of information quoted directly from the website, and it's cited. Okay? Now, we're going to pretend that we go to another website. So let's go to this one. I'm going to go back to my search question. And I'm going to go down to the next source, stress in teens. And I'm going to pretend that I have read this article and that I'm going to summarize 2 paragraphs in my own words. Okay? So pretend that that's done. So I'm just going to type my paragraph. Okay? In my own words. In my own words. In my own words. Now, because it's in my own words, I don't put quotation marks around what was said because I have summarized it in my own words. But I didn't write these words. I had to give credit to the website that I got that information from. Okay? Just like with the Hunger Games. We had one piece of evidence that we quoted and one piece that we had the summary of or paraphrased, and we had to put our page number still. I have to give credit for this site. Okay? So I'm going to make sure my cursor is one click over. Okay? Obviously, this is gibberish, so it's not reading it as a real word. I go to my citation up here, my website, and I'm going to copy that URL because I'm going to need that. So I'm going to add the citation, a little plus mark, boom. I'm going to add the second citation. Now, once again, it is not a book. So when we click on that, we click website. Then we put our URL here. I don't know if it'll let me paste it up there. No. Control V and hit search. Now notice this one. There's nothing missing. There's nothing in red. It has every single thing it needs, so we don't have to look up anything. We just click continue and add citation. So now both of them are there. The one we did first, the one we did second. Well, why are they in this order? Look, alphabetical, B, and then your stress is here for S. So, Burson here is our next site that we need to put at the end of what we wrote. So we're going to click Cite. It includes it right there on our summary, and we put a period. So now we have the quoted with our citation. We have our summary with our citation. Okay? So for this project, you only need 2 sources and 2 pieces of information to support the answer to your question. Okay? After you have that, you put this one on evidence 1 slide, this on evidence 2 slide, because that's your evidence to support the answer to your question. Your very last slide says works cited. So we need this information on that slide. So how are we going to do that? I'm going to hit enter. And we're going to click that blue button that says insert works cited. And it automatically, scroll down for you, it automatically puts all that information correctly indented, alphabetical order, everything for you, done. Then you copy and put that into your slideshow. Okay? So let's recap. Your first slide has your question, your name, date, and block. The date should be the 21st of November because that is the date it is due. You skip the introduction slide because we're going to do that together on Thursday. Evidence 1 is your first piece of evidence. Whatever you found. You're not using mine because this is our made-up topic. You use your first piece of evidence, make sure it's got the parentheses and the period. Go to the second piece of evidence. If you summarize it, there's no quotations, but you still have to give the citation in parentheses behind it with the period. If this is not there, it is an automatic 0 for plagiarism. Okay? So, you have your topic, your first slide, your title slide, you skipped introduction. You have your evidence 1, evidence 2. You skip your conclusion. We're going to talk about intro and conclusion tomorrow in class on Thursday. Then the last one is your works cited. You copy and paste from this page your works cited. I had everybody always ask, why do we have to put it in Google Docs and not just go straight to the slideshow? The slideshow does not have the option for your tools and citation. It is not there. Therefore, you have to do this kind of like your rough draft work, and then your final draft goes into the slideshow. Once you have that in the slideshow, you can make it a different color font. You can change the background color to be more, visible, more appealing. Make sure that your fonts look nice, but make sure that you get the citations in there so you don't get an automatic 0. Okay? So, get the evidence done today, the works cited done today, and tomorrow when I'm back on Thursday, we're going to talk about our introduction and our conclusion. And if you're keeping up, your project is almost complete. Okay? If you have any questions, talk to Ms. Bowers, Ms. Hoffman. But I feel like this makes it a little more user-friendly for you to see it on the board with me. Make sure that you can visually do it, and I will see you tomorrow. Have a good one.